Hi, my name is Matthew Luzano. I'm a 17-year-old senior from Grandview High School, and I'm representing the Grandview GSA Great Gay Straight Alliance.
Okay. Sorry, for which high school?
Grandview High School.
That's my school.
Okay.
Being an openly gay senior in high school is tough enough, having to face all kinds of discrimination, harassment, and adversity. But when you have teachers and counselors and coaches who offer little to no support or help when the time comes, it makes it even more difficult. I've played 2 sports in high school. I played football for 3 years on the varsity level, and I swam for the boys' varsity swim team for 2 years. In my experience, I have had both harassment directly and indirectly in the locker rooms and from my teammates, and it seemed as though I could never go to my coaches for the support that I needed, because oftentimes they would just dismiss the actions of my teammates. And it almost seemed as though they would condone the behavior, in the sense that they would associate homosexuality as a form of weakness and inadequacy on the team. We were all claimed to be part of a brotherhood, but I never felt as though I was part of a family because I could never associate with my teammates. I think if this bill were to be put in place, then the teachers would have the resources they need, our counselors would have the resources they need in order to help LGBT students in order to reach their full potential and aptitude. We also sold these bracelets just in order to for support at our school, and we have a huge support for the GSA at our school. We sold out within the first 2 days. So, it's just interesting.
Hi, my name is Monty Hall, and I'm proud to represent Grandview High School today. I've always been fortunate enough to find people have accepted me for being openly lesbian. However, I have witnessed other students who have not been so lucky. One such person was an openly gay young man in my gym class from my freshman year when I attended a different high school. He was picked on and ridiculed daily for his sexuality right in front of the teacher, and nobody who witnessed it ever did anything to stop the harassment. Looking back, I wish I had had the courage to stand up for this student because the bullying became so severe that he changed schools the following year. What strikes me is that the teacher never intervened because the bullies never became physically violent. I believe that if this bill had been in place then, the teacher would have had the education and the initiative to intervene in their verbal assaults, and that student would not have felt the need to change schools. I hope that in the future, providing that this bill is passed, incidents such as this one can be prevented. I firmly believe that school is the one place where a student, regardless of his race, gender, or orientation, should be guaranteed to feel safe, welcome, and above all, secure enough to live as he was born. This bill can help to ensure that security for future students. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty. That was very nice. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Hatt. I'm an openly gay senior at Grandview High School, and I'm proud to represent also the GSA, Gay Straight Alliance. Growing up, I always knew I was different, not only because I was one of only a few black people where I live in Elizabeth, Colorado, but I now know different. I now know that I felt different because I was gay. My first 2 years of high school, I went to Elizabeth High School. I hated it. I hated being with the same kids that made fun of me all through elementary and middle school, both for my orientation and for my skin color. I was bullied daily, just ridiculed, and it actually, after 2 years of it, I had to switch schools because it got so bad. I now go to Grandview High School where the kids are more tolerant and more respectful towards other people's personal decisions about things, and they're more respectful, but there's still a need for intervention in the schools. The teachers need to have the confidence to intervene, and they also need education in doing this, because sometimes they'll just sit there and watch and not do anything because they don't feel that bullying is only, they feel that it's only a physical thing. You don't have to be pushed around, you don't have to be hurt physically to be bullied. You can be called names, you can be looked at bad in the hallway. It still hurts just as much. Over the years, I just tried to ignore these things as it happened, and it worked for a while until my pent-up emotion about these things manifested itself as a psychotic break. I lost my mind, and it took me 10 days at Highlands Behavioral Health System, a mental hospital, to find it. Through the support of my family, friends, and school counselor, I've taken big steps in working through bullying situations, so it would be beneficial to have some kind of program to stop this kind of bullying.
Congratulations.